Pastor Weldon Tisdale, born in a town called Fort Worth, Texas. To the proud parents, the late Dr. L.L. and Deborah Tisdale. Favor would have it that he had a unique calling on his life to make a difference. From the time he went to middle school and then on to college.
When it's time for me to go to college, it was my senior year. I thought I was going to go and play basketball somewhere, get a basketball scholarship to some major university. But one day I was walking in the hallways and our senior counselor came to me and asked if I would be interested in attending Yale University. And I jokingly said, yeah, because I didn't think he was serious. So he said, all right, we're going to have someone contact you, and this is the process you need to go through, and you need to get the application going. And I said, you're serious, aren't you? Okay. So, the unique thing about that was, early on in life, I would watch old movies, and in those movies, I would see Yale Harvard playing football games, and I would say to myself and tell my brother, I said, one day I'm going to Yale. So that gives you a sense of the power of speaking into existence and utilizing the words.
Pastor Weldon Tisdale recognized the power of words, and it helped him have a tremendous impact on his brother's life, Wayman Tisdale.
Well, then I had the opportunity to go hardship into the NBA, and he represented me all 12 of my years in the NBA. So he negotiated all my contracts and did a magnificent job, and that's where we are today.
After representing his brother in the NBA, who is now a national jazz recording artist, his education just didn't stop there.
During that time also, I went back to school and got a master's in business administration. I got an MBA from Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas. And it was all part of the process of me going more and more into business, pursuing business pursuits, and going after that corporate, going up the corporate ladder.
This was just the beginning of what God had in store for him. Pastor Tisdale found his wife, Demetria Tisdale, on a blind date and swept her off her feet. He was then faced with the opportunity to walk into his call that he was running from. There he realized the transitioning wasn't easy.
I think one of the most difficult things for me in taking over the ministry after my father passed away, and it was a 6-month process, was reacclimating the minds of people to not look at me as the little fella that grew up in this church. That's the toughest thing to overcome, probably. And because many still see you as, and though when I came to friendship, I was 16 years old, it's still something about the little guy, you know, the young fella. And I watched you grow up. I said, yeah, you watched me grow up, but you don't know who I am, really.
Faced with challenges, he learned some very important lessons.
When I became pastor, I always said that I would never sacrifice my family for ministry. Though ministry was at the forefront, family always would come first. So I would always make an effort to be there for family. Did I make some mistakes? Oh yes. Yes. Did I make some serious errors? Oh, absolutely. I made some mistakes, and I learned from those mistakes. The times when I sacrificed family for ministry.
Minister Phil Armstrong, church business administrator, shares what he feels about pastor family values.
As a father and a husband, besides my own father, my own biological father, I have never seen, especially a man as a pastor, put his family on a pedestal the way that he does. He, on a moment's notice, you know, him and his son or his wife, you know, we're going to go to Branson, or they might go to Dallas for the weekend, you know. He makes sure that his wife and his children know that they are first and foremost. Now, God's first, but the church does not come before them.
Besides his family, Pastor Tisdale shared key principles that guides his life.
As a pastor, number one, prayer. Prayer is the foundation for everything that I do. Study of His Word, and on the hinges of that, I spend a lot of time in my prayer time in praise and worshiping. I will spend hours just in lying prostrate before the Lord. So prayer, study, loving people, and then just remaining focused, planning and staying focused on the task at hand.
Keeping God ahead of everything, Friendship Church came a long way under the leadership of Pastor Weldon Tisdale. But he has no plans to leave his assignment as pastor yet. So what does the future look like? His mother, Deborah Tisdale, is excited about the future.
So I see nothing but this starting as of this year, the 11th year. I feel like the Lord is ready to pour out His blessing because you're able to receive it now. See, He's been in the making stage. So now I feel like the Lord has molded him, got him just in the shape that He wants it in. The best is yet to come.
Everyone else feels the same way, that the future of Friendship Church under the leadership of Pastor Weldon Tisdale is bright.
I see us growing immensely and going into new places and new buildings and doing new things. And you know, I just can't wait to see it happen. You can feel it bubbling under, and it's about to explode. And I'm really waiting for that day to happen.
It's indeed a great opportunity, a time to be in the ministry at Friendship, his visions, his values. He sets goals and he achieves them, and we have the utmost confidence, and I have the utmost confidence in his leadership and his ability. And I look forward to all the years to come as we pursue God's glory.
I see him as a person that wants to take the ministry to a place where business executives, corporate people that are in the business world, to the average person on the street, to the person struggling, the single parent mom struggling to pay her bills and raise her children without the father being in the house, from multicultural, from not just African Americans, but reaching out to Caucasians and other minorities.
But what does Pastor Weldon Tisdale see for the future of Friendship Church?
I see the ministry in the future continuing to progress. On the larger scope, I see a transitioning in the general church, the universal church. I see, because of technology, because of the internet, because of, in some instances, this desensitizing of the minds of people about truth. I believe we see people who are not as traditionally church-minded as we have been over the years. And so, as far as the ministry is concerned, we have to remain relevant to our culture. We have to remain relevant to our community, our cities, our state, our nation. And for us as a church, I believe that means we are really going to be Spirit-led. If He wants to change our whole program, that doesn't mean we won't plan. That means we're going to plan the more, because the more we plan, then the more He can change and shift us. So we're going to plan strategically. We're going to look down the road. We're going to look at the research that is being done. We're going to try to make sure we understand mindsets and thinking of people and where they are, and follow that path so we can stay relevant to our present culture.
If I can get some people who are not satisfied with where you are right now, to see me